Rusty Rudd slamming toward the wall, crashing, rolling over.
Running in a tight little pack, there wasn't a lot of cars in that race. It was like 12 cars. And I remember the guy behind me, Jody Ridley at the time, coming out of turn 4, barely nudged in the back of my, hit me in the back bumper, barely nudged me, but it did, it broke my car loose. And when it did, it started sliding to the infield. About that time, it got airborne. The car went up, everything got really quiet. It went up pretty high in the air. I remember being way up in the air. After that, when it came down and hit, if you'd asked me what happened, I'd say, well, I came back down, hit the ground. It knocked the wind out of me because I remember hearing all the air leave my body, just like you do when you listen to the NFL game tapes when the guys hit each other and you hear the wind get knocked out of somebody. I heard that. The next thing I remember, I'm waking up and the car is upright and they're basically working to get me out of the car. I remember that and didn't remember anything else. I mean, it just like, I guess I went to sleep during that time and probably glad I did because I didn't have any bad memories of it other than the aches and pains that hung around for quite a while.
A little bit. They're trying to bring in.
Trouble behind Rusty Wallace is turning over.
Rusty Wallace, 20 feet in the air, spinning, crashing.
Well, I'll tell you, when they're running that close together and jockeying around position, you just know that things like this are going to happen. And a very unfortunate situation for Rusty Wallace.
Racing
here,
back to the line.
Back to the flag as Dale Jarrett moves around the Hutch Strickland car.
At the stripe.
You know, you almost feel like you're just sitting there waiting for it to happen with that big pack of cars. Unfortunately, we've seen it a couple of times. Hopefully, Rusty's okay here.
Pontiac number 2, totally destroyed, at least 10 times over.
Is he moving in there?
I believe he is, Neil. That looks like some movement by Rusty in there. Let's hope to the Lord it is.
Yeah, he's taking his helmet off, it looks like.
89 Winston Cup champion, Rusty Wallace.
Had a great run going here today.
Safety crews on it and in it just as soon as the field moved by.
Yeah, that car had hardly stopped rolling until one safety member was right there.
Crew chief has called in and has said that Rusty Wallace says, I'm okay.
Oh, that's great news.
Thank goodness. I tell you, it attests to these cars. We say it over and over again. But when something, we see what happened with Davey in this. Here we go. Let's see what happened on this thing. There's Jarrett. He gets in the line. The 66 car right behind Walter. Looked like they tapped. They touched right there, the 66. And then Rusty, he gets clipped right there, turns sideways, and we know what happened after that. The air gets out of the car. Yeah, it looked like the 66 and the 30. Got to look at Rusty's car, how high in the air. Real violent flips right here. Boy.
Wow, similar to Darrell Waltrip here in the 400-miler in July a couple of years ago. There it is again.
Another angle. Looks like Derek Cope was involved.
Yeah, he clipped the 30 car of Michael Waltrip. They got together.
And as you watch that, it reminds me a bit of the late Connie Saylor, who passed away just a week ago. Remember when he sailed down the backstretch, Ned? What a great racer he was, and died of cancer this past week. But he had an incident similar, except he went the whole backstretch upside down. Connie greatly missed here.
Let's see, there's the 30 car. It's hard to tell. They were so close together. Anyway, the 30 and the 66 go over, tag Rusty. Watch the car. The minute the air gets under, inverted wing up in the air.
You know, I think from the blimp we may get it. I think that is where you're going to see it. Look at this Wallace car, just disintegrating. As it settled, he said, I'm okay.
And the roll cage held up in that car.
Yeah, he got tagged. You can see it from the blimp.
Yep.
The 66 coming across on the 30. It catches the number 2. Frightening crash.
as the laps wind down in the Daytona 500, and 6 cars running a single file draft in the lead. There's another group of about a dozen who are all side by side from position 7 back to about 19th and 20th, all really fiercely racing for position. Unfortunately for them, they're about 2/3 behind.
Jumping the back straightaway. Dale Earnhardt is into the wall. Looked as though he was tapped by Dale Jarrett coming off the corner, racing side by side. Earnhardt hit the outside wall hard and rolled down the back straightaway.
Earnhardt's car will spin off to the apron of the racetrack in the middle of the back straightaway. Took a hard lick to that outside wall. Let's go back to Joe Moore.
Draft had formed up down on the inside. They were trying to blow by Dale Earnhardt. When they did, he got squeezed up into the outside retaining wall, made contact first with Dale Jarrett, and then hit the wall again, spinning around several times before finally coming to rest down towards turn 3.
Ernie Irvan also damaged in the accident, as was Dale Jarrett's car. Now the 6-car lead draft deciding the 500 is down to just 3. Bill Elliott led them to the caution with Jeff Gordon second and Terry Labonte third. Here comes Ernie Irvan's car to the pit lane, minus its hood, flat tires on the machine, and the like. Dale Jarrett's car is limping down toward the pit road off of turn 4, while Dale Earnhardt's car sits on the inside of the back straightaway. Let's go back to Joe Moore.
Well, Earnhardt's car broke loose down at our end of the racetrack and ended up down closer to Mike Bagley.
Right now, the safety crews are on the scene. Dale just dropped the window net as now an army of rescue vehicles, the ambulance, also safety crews, converge on his black Chevrolet.
And we'll keep you posted there as we get any more developments on Dale Earnhardt. Right now, let's go to pit road.
Well, Dale Jarrett is here on pit road. Larry McReynolds just looked over at us and said that Dale had talked with him, so he seems to be okay. They still haven't gotten him out of the race car. A lot of damage to the left front of Dale Jarrett's car, some damage to the right side. Ernie Irvan is down in his pit, minus his hood in front of Eli Gold.
Crew trying to make sure.
Did you notice just momentarily he hit that brake pedal? It's a lot easier to just touch that brake than let off the gas to slow that truck down. Jeff's staying up high going in the corner. He's not following the truck in front of him. Don't know what's going on there. Whoa! Oh, look out! We got trouble. This is going to hurt. Uh-oh. Oh, my. Oh, my.
Yep.
Man, and look at, is that Stewart's car?
That's Stewart's car. Rode right across the top of Robbie Gordon's car, the 4 car.
And I think everybody back up and look at it again. I think that the 4 and the 20 may have been that started that.
Stewart was the first car sideways.
Here's
see why.
Here's the 4 got into the back of Ward Burton, I believe.
And then Burton's 22 got into Stewart. And everybody scrambles.
That car is taking a whale of a ride, that 20 car is. It's getting hit. It's upside down. It's hit on its roof. It's on fire.
And here's another angle.
Coming off of turn 2, where we've said that it's the wind. Somebody got into the back of that car right there.
That's Ward Burton right there.
You saw a puff of tire smoke, and then everything let loose.
I think that's what started. Somebody got in back of Ward Burton off turn 2.
I'm pretty sure the 4 car got into the back of Ward Burton, turned him into the 20 car, and God help all of them because there's no place to go. And you can't see. And here we come off of turn 2 again. Right there. See, Ward Burton got pushed around by that car, and that's the 4 car.
And he got in the back of Tony Stewart. Of course, Tony Stewart going airborne here.
And it was Ward Burton's car being sideways that blocked up the track for everybody behind him.
Boy, and it gets hit by every car in the field, seems like, and Tony Stewart's car just took a whale of a ride.
Now here from the blimp.
Well,
it's just ahead of it.
Yeah, we're just ahead of it there.
Wow. Now look at Burton's car. When it goes sideways, it collects up the whole rest of the field.
I mean, there's cars going under Stewart's car while he's in midair.
Yeah. That must be at least 30 cars in that wreck.
Three wide. Clear into the 14.
That is something a driver never wants to hear.
4 tires, I made it through. I flapped out the tire. I made it through. And 4, bud. We'll put 4 on it.
And Tony Stewart goes for one of the wildest rides in recent memory of Daytona.
Kind of looks like the Richard Petty crash here, back when Richard crashed off turn 4 down here, standing on
Look, he's got Bobby Labonte's hood. It was hooked to the back of his car as he was in midair.
Both Gibbs's cars rolling to a halt there.
There's Tony, helmets off, talking to the folks there. He's talking to Bobby Labonte, his teammate, as he gathers himself together and prepares to get out. But great news that he is okay. Trouble off turn 4. Newman slams the wall. Comes Schrader, and Newman is in the air and over. Ryan Newman, last year's Rookie of the Year. The rear end ripped from the car.
Look at that thing lift up, Larry.
Just takes off like an airplane.
That's 3,400 pounds, folks. Just lifting up in the air like a feather.
And the right rear wheel digs into the dirt and tears the whole rear end loose from the car.
Yeah, if the tire hadn't come off of the wheel, it probably wouldn't have turned over like that. But once the tire came off, and it dug in and flipped it. Let's watch her here and see what happens. Oh, Kenny Schrader got out of control, got into him. Oh, that's what happened, Mike. His right rear tire came off. Car goes airborne. Then when it hits the ground, it digs in and just rips it apart.
Look at that Dale Jarrett's car. What a sight to see out your windshield. There you see Ryan Newman right there.
Oh, yeah, he waved to the crowd. All right, buddy.
What a ride. Tony Stewart, our current champion, trying to pick up where he left off. Look at Kyle Busch there sideways again in that 18 car.
Well, he's driving really defensively right now. He's trying to keep Jeff Gordon behind him, and Jeff is working him over. Look at that. Jeff's going to move him up out of the groove and get by him.
Whoa, Busch is around. Can he save it this time?
Oh, there you go.
He does. He saves it. But there's a
Jeff Gordon's upside down. Jeff Gordon's upside down.
And Kurt Busch's car is destroyed.
Oh, my gosh. Jimmy Johnson's car destroyed.
Track crew quickly on the scene to aid Jeff Gordon. On the radio, he has told his team he is okay.
Yeah, I see him. I think I can see him moving.
A wild ride for Jeff Gordon as he tries to win the Budweiser shootout, just a lap and a half from the flag. Teammate Jimmy Johnson's car damaged. Several cars to the garage already. Kyle Busch to pit road. Montoya's made a stop and comes back out.
It's been like a demolition derby tonight. Holy cow.
Tony Stewart and shootout rookie Marcus Ambrose ahead of Clint Bowyer, Brad Keselowski, and Greg Biffle. Jeff Gordon has asked for them to roll the car over before he tries to climb out.
Michael can address that situation. Michael, you were upside down here a few years ago over on the back straightaway.
Yeah, and Michael's a lot bigger than Geoff, and the cars were a lot littler, and that was a bad combination. I could not get out, and you're talking about freaking you out. Be upside down in a car, it's smoking, you see oil or fuel, something dripping around you, you want out really badly, and Geoff's doing his best to explain that to those guys, probably about like I was explaining it, with not the calmest manner.
No, but you know what, Michael? After your deal down here, they came up with a system to turn that car back over. You see them putting those straps around the car. When they turned you over, they just pretty much hooked the record to you and slung you back on your wheels.
And Geoff Gordon climbed out the side there. I think he got out. So that's what I love about these big cars, Darrell. There's more room for those guys to get in and out, and that's a lot safer.
Geoff Gordon gets a round of applause from the crowd here. And he is okay. Let's see what happened.
I think it's really Geoff trying to get the 18 car at Kyle Busch up out of the way.
Pushing on that left side again.
Yeah, he's just working on him, Michael. Kyle was blocking, and Geoff was trying to get him loose and get him up out of the way, and he just got on the left side and spun him out.
Look at the job Ambrose and Bowyer did coming through there. And there's our buddy old Brad Keselowski. We ain't seen him up front all night. He's fixing to restart with a chance to win this baby.
Yeah, I asked Larry, I said, is Brad Keselowski in this race?
Well, Geoff Gordon's car went about 1,000 feet on the driver's door before it barrel rolled to a stop.
Yeah, Brad Keselowski in that too. He's in that backup car.
You see Geoff down there. He just gets down on this left corner, and we've seen that time and time and time again.
You got to stay off the left side. What do we do about that, though, man? How do we fix it? The drivers just have to make the decision that they've got to lay off that left side.
Look at this long slide for Gordon, and that's Kurt Busch tangled up with him and Jimmy Johnson. And that car still hasn't lost much of its momentum as it goes side over side and comes to rest
Michael
on its roof.
A really good point, though, Mike. These cars are so much bigger than the cars were 5 years ago. With the safety innovations that NASCAR has built into these cars, the drivers moved over to the center of the car 6 inches further than ever before. The roll cage is bigger. That really helped Geoff Gordon in that situation. Get some kind of big move here off turn 4 like Kevin did. Oh, and there
Johnson
they go.
to the wall with
ran.
the one of McMurray. 3, 4 cars around. One on its roof. One car hard into the wall.
That was
and it ends in flames and sparks.
Our front row sitter up here, he's got a torn up race car,
Mark
78
Trix
car.
Jimmy Johnson, he looks okay. Front end of his car on fire. McMurray crawls across the start-finish line to earn a spot in the 500. The field is frozen as of the caution flag, and Jamie McMurray's car all torn up. 59.5 great laps, and then this.
I just didn't have a good feeling when Jimmy Johnson and Geoff Gordon got side by side. I felt like that was not a good move for either one of them, and of course we had trouble.
Michael Waltrip's car into the pit wall. And Michael moving around in the car, trying to get unhooked.
He nailed the end of that wall pretty good.
Yeah, he actually had hit the inside wall before pit road first.
David Reagan.
David Reagan's car.
The winner at Talladega, his car all torn up.
And you know what? This changes everything. I mean, what's the results going to be now with all these cars wrecked? And
we're going to have to wait for an official finish. But it looks as if Casey Mears, who had to stop, did so, avoided calamity, and makes the 500. Michael Waltrip climbs out with a badly damaged car. And yes, as Geoff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson got side by side, the air over both cars seemed to stall them, and everyone else felt a sense of urgency and a need to move.
Well, let's see what happens here. The 48 and the 24, they get side by side. Here comes McMurray. Menard had a fast car all day long, and here comes McMurray, and he just gets a little bit of piece of that 48. A lot like happened in the Unlimited. Looked like Jimmy's car just got loose and spun.
Look at Clint Bowyer in that 15 car get up in the air.
Thing went it did a 360. Unbelievable.
Did a barrel roll and came right back down on its wheels.
And he'll cross the start-finish line because it goes all the way across the infield.
The race is over. Riding with Jimmy Johnson.
That car just stepped out a lot like it did Saturday night, Mike, when somebody got alongside of it. Man, and then he just nailed McMurray again. That was some hard hits there, folks.
That was a double-double for Jimmy Johnson. Here's another look. Just this little bit of contact right there between the 1 and the 48.
Yep, just enough brush on the back corner there to spin him around.
And watch the 78 Truex. He was going to start on the front row of the 500. And he jumps on the brakes but comes right into it and tears that car up pretty badly before it's all over.
Yep.
Now, remember the Labonte brothers who were 30 seconds back of the field?
Yeah.
I believe they both drove their way into the 500 in this.
Yeah, unofficially, they're both in the top 15.
Oh, me.
Clint Bowyer got enough air time to qualify for his pilot's license right here.
We're upside down.
Jr. to the bottom of the track. Jr. will win in Daytona. And the big one happens behind them. Oh my God. The three of Austin Dillon into the catch fence. All the crews getting out to that car to assist these drivers. Thumbs going up from all the crew members, and the crowd roars. Look at the catch fence on the front straight. Pulling. Austin Dillon out. He's walking. The damage to the 4 of Kevin Harvick. What an incredible sight to see Austin Dillon walking away from that 3 car that is demolished.
Dillon, watch this replay. When he gets into the catch bench, here we go. You can see him on the bottom. Rex starts in front. He runs in the back of the 24. Gets up on the 11. Now he's on top of the 51.5. And now it's just along for the ride. Watch the car stop. Watch the car stop. It gets into those poles, and it goes from, I don't know what, 180, 190 miles an hour, I'm just guessing, to a complete stop. That is unbelievable.
And it looks like that's 3,500 pounds. That stock car is extremely heavy. You see here, after he's upside down, the 2 is spinning. Obviously, he's already lost control, makes more contact with the 3.
Holy mackerel, they're wrecking big time on the front stretch. They're wrecking big, wrecking big. Big wreck in front of you, big wreck, big wreck, big wreck. You all right, buddy? You okay? Yeah, I'm good. Wow. Holy moly. Talk to us when you can. Talk to me when you can, buddy. Talk to me when you can, buddy. All the people were in the way. I can't see. He hit hard. I don't know if he's okay. I'll let you know when Newman gets out here. Still on the roof. I hope he's okay. That's all on that. Try to push the 6 once he blocks me. I guess I'll turn him. We're working on getting Newman out right now. He hit really hard. Have they heard from Newman yet? No. He okay?
We'll give you further updates on Ryan Newman as they become available to us. As they're working now on helping him out of the car. Denny Hamlin and his crew, though, have reason to celebrate in Daytona.
Did Ryan get out? I haven't seen yet. They're down there with him, but Jason said he didn't say anything on the radio, so I'm not sure. Down there working.
Good job, guys. Congrats. Congrats, man. Ryan is a guy that's been in the sport a really long time. No matter what, you know, he takes precedence over everything going on right now. Hoping all is well with him and thinking about it, him and his family at this point.
Safety has come a long way in this sport, but sometimes we are reminded that it is a very dangerous sport, and we just thoughts and prayers right now are with Ryan Newman and his family.